Welcome to the Aluva Compensation Plan training. Today we're going to cover all the basics about Aluva's plan. And we really want to make sure that we keep our plan simple. And what we've done is we've combined some of the very best things that the network marketing industry has to offer and made sure that our plan was easy and also rewarded you for your personal efforts as well as your team efforts. So we all hate plans that require these really high costs of entry, right? So at Aluva, we never charge any sign-up fees. There's no account maintenance fees, and an individual can start earning commissions with Aluva with as little as a $50 monthly purchase. And so that's amazing in and of itself. On top of that, when an individual starts earning commissions, we wanted to make sure that it was very easy for them to understand, okay, well, what kind of commission am I getting on, referrals that I'm bringing into the business and people that are purchasing products? And so we've kept a dollar one-to-one ratio with the dollar in our commissionable value so that our payouts are very easy to understand. And then we pay out every single day. We have daily commission payouts, which is amazing because most companies, they'll either do it once a month or twice a month. And obviously a traditional job will do it every 2 weeks, but with Aluva, you can get paid daily. We do have one monthly bonus, which is just a dividend bonus, which is kind of a bonus. And we'll talk a little bit more about dividend bonus, what that looks like and how that works. That bonus is designed to help you not outgrow the plan as you're in between ranks. And then nearly 50% of all of our purchase volume is dedicated to our commission payouts, 49.5% to be exact. And I'll talk about how those payouts work and which percentages are allocated to each level in a downline organization. And then of course, like any other great plan, we love to have exciting competitions and trips that are associated with our plan as well. So let's get started with talking about rank qualifications. Now, any great plan is going to basically be your roadmap to success and kind of spell out step-by-step instructions with your qualifications on how to build an organization and what it's going to take to be able to reach those top ranks. Right? So in the beginning, it's about getting your first few people in. And then as you're starting to grow and preparing yourself to mentor an organization, then you start making some really good money. And then all of a sudden you find yourself leading the charge with a great organization and living the dream life. And so our plan has a stair-step approach to helping individuals grow their organization and have a plan and ranks that help them receive recognition as they're hitting milestones and also increase their compensation as they go from kind of the growing phase into those mentoring phases and then leading a big organization. So let's talk about each one of the ranks and what it takes to qualify for each one of them, and then how many levels do each one of those ranks qualify to be paid. Now, like I mentioned, our low cost of entry with a $0 sign-up fee and only 50 PV is the requirement for the A1 rank. So once somebody has brought in their first active personal member, and that could be a preferred customer account or an affiliate account that is doing at least 50 PV, and then you as the affiliate are purchasing at least 50 PV, that gives you access to the compensation plan, right? That pays one level and that level pays out at 20%. So there's not a lot of plans out there that have such a low cost of entry for anybody who is interested in getting started, or maybe they're a great salesperson, but they don't have a lot of disposable income at the moment. We want to invite anybody to have the opportunity to get in and start earning with Aluva if that's what their goal is. All right, the next step, which unlocks an additional level of pay, so 2 levels paid for an A2, and that second level gets paid at 10%. All that requires is for that individual to have 1 additional active personal member and then have 90 PV. Right now, the next step seems like it is a big step, and there is something that's in between, and I'll talk about what that step in between an A2 and an A3 is a little bit later in this training, but I want to focus on the qualification of A3. A3 is require 3 active personal members, 155 in personal volume, and then you'll notice that the group volume starts to become a little bit more serious. Here at the A3, you're going to need 10,000 in group volume, and we want some balance of that volume in separate legs. Right? The leg requirements is 2 legs at 2,500 each. And when earning and qualifying at this rank, an A3 is capable of being paid 3 guaranteed pay levels at level 1, 20%, level 2, 10%, and level 3 at 5%. Something else that's cool about the A3 is that is where the dividend bonuses kick in, which I'll talk about later. Now let's look at the A4 rank. So you'll notice that the group volume increases by about 2.5 times. We are hoping that people are bringing in more active personal members. Again, these can be customers or affiliates. The personal volume requirement goes up to 225 PV monthly, and the leg requirements are now increasing as well. So there's 3 leg requirements, each having at least 5,000 volume, and then this rank untaps 4 levels of pay, that 4th level paying at 2.5%. The next rank is A5. A5 rank is a 50,000 group volume requirement. The active personal members is going to stay at 4, same with the personal volume all the way up to the very highest rank in the compensation plan. And that ties into our Aluva bonus, which is encouraging a 4x4 structure, which I'll talk about later. And so you won't see these numbers change, and we want and have designed that specifically so that people are focusing on having 4 leaders, 4 legs from the beginning, and that will help them better go the long distance if that's what their goal is with our plan. Here we have the leg requirements, now the 3 legs increasing to 10,000 minimum each, and an A5 is eligible for 5 levels of pay, that 5th level also being 2.5%. Now let's look at the A6 rank. So A6 rank, the group volume jumps up to 100,000 in volume. The leg requirement is to have 4 legs with 20,000 each. And look at this massive jump from 5 levels paid to 10 guarantees levels paid. And one of the cool things about when Gavin was designing the compensation plan, he said, I want somebody to have all 10 guaranteed pay levels with a rank that has 100,000 in group volume, which if you compare that guarantee of pay levels to that volume amount with almost any other plan in the entire industry, you won't find it. It just isn't out there. In order for an individual typically to get all the guaranteed pay levels of a plan, they have to be up here, like the top level or the second to top level. And we've introduced this at a very low level for big leaders with that 100,000 volume, which is achievable for many more people than the quantity of people that are going to be able to eventually reach 1 million in volume every month. And so that's really awesome. It is one thing that is such a great aspect of our plan to give all those 10 levels to somebody who has achieved that mile marker. All right, and so those levels, if you're curious, from 6 to level 6 and level 7 paying at 2.5% each, level 8 actually at 2.5% as well, and then levels 9 and 10 paying at 1% each. Now let's look at the A7 rank. So the A7 rank, and these group volumes are just going to progressively increase with each one. I'm not going to give a specific call out. Everybody is capable of reading those, but I want to talk a little bit about how the leg requirements go from just having legs with volume to having legs with volume still, right? So these 4 legs, you're going to have to get them from 20,000 each to 25,000 each. But this is the first rank where we introduce the concept of an individual, in order to be able to achieve the next rank, having to effectively mentored individuals to a rank that was prior. So here we have 2 individuals need to be at the A5 rank, and they can be in one of these 4 legs. Obviously, they most likely will, but we want mentoring to be happening. If you're this level of leader and this caliber of leader, you need to be focusing on mentoring individuals in your downline, duplicating what it is that you've done, helping other people achieve, and passing that on, right? We're all about love, we're all about reciprocity at Aluva, and that is one of the reasons why we've included these mentoring requirements and these leg rank requirements at these higher ranks. All right, now let's take a look at the A8 rank. So A8 rank is $500,000 in volume. You'll notice that those 2 A5 legs we want to be consistent, but then we introduce at least 1 A6 needs to be in one of your legs, and then 3 legs at 50,000 and 1 at 25,000. And the A9 rank, again, you see a progressive increase on these leg rank requirements and then leg volume requirements. And we understand that not all legs are going to grow perfectly the same amount of volume every month, month over month over month. And so that's why they're a little bit tiered there, because we understand that, within this industry, there's legs that are going to take off and there's some that are going to, lag behind a little bit. And so having that not be such a strict requirement was something that's gracious as well, that it's not around in a lot of other plans. And then finally, the A10 rank, that 1 million in group volume, has a requirement of mentoring an A7 leg, 2 A6 legs, having those 3 legs at 250,000, and then you can have that one that's still kind of camping out. All right, so that's a brief overview of the ranks. Let's move on to the next step. Let's talk about dividend bonus. Dividend bonus is designed to make sure that you and your organization don't outgrow our payment plan. So dividend bonuses start at the A3 rank. They can pay infinite levels. They progressively increase at the A3 rank all the way up to the A10 rank, and they pay out on the first of each month. So let's take a look at what does an A3 organization look like and how can this dividend bonus start to play a factor. So here we have an A3 with a typical A3 organization. They have their 3 guaranteed percentages that they earn with that rank. First percentage being 20% paying to all orders that are done on level 1, then 10% being their second percentage that pays on all orders done on level 2, and 5% being paid to all the orders done on level 3. Well, anyone who has done network marketing understands that oftentimes an organization will grow deeper than your pay levels at your rank. And it kind of sucks, because you see organization growing and you see volume, sales volume happening down there, and you can't really tap into it until you go to the next rank. And so the dividend bonus allows for some of that to pass on up to you as you're waiting to achieve the next rank. So it can pay 1% dividends all the way to the bottom of the organization. And what determines that is the ranks that exist in each one of these legs, and which level those ranks are at. And then also there is volume that exists outside your guaranteed pay level. So in this example, we can see that these individuals could be paying up to 1% on each one of those orders up to that individual, or we'll say this is us, as an A3. So if you're still not grasping the concept, don't worry, I can do a little bit more of a deep dive into this concept. So here's us at A3. Let's say that we have an A2 on our first level and they do an order of $100. What percentage are we going to get paid on that? We'll get 20%, right? Or we're gonna get 20 bucks. Very easy to calculate that and understand that. So now let's say that that A2 has an A1 on their first level. What percentage are they going to get paid on their order? Also 20%, right? And then what are we going to get paid on that person's order? They're now on our level 2, that's 10%. Great, let's just continue on with this example. This A1 has an A2 on their first level, they're gonna get 20%. This A2 is going to get 10%, and then us as an A3, we're going to get 5%. Great, so if you look at this from the top down, it's 20, 10, 5, that makes sense. Like that's the percentages that we get as an A3, those are guaranteed. But the way to best understand what you're getting paid on which order in your downline is actually to start where the order was done. So this person did an order of $100. How did that pay out to the uplines? Well, the first level upline got 20%, second level upline got 10%, and third level upline got 5%, right? And so everything makes sense whether you're looking from the top down or from the bottom up. Let's add another level and look at the infinity concept of the dividend bonus. So now we have this individual is an A2 with an A2 on the first level. They're going to get 20%. This A1 only qualifies for one level of commissions, right? And so they're not going to get anything on this A2 until they enroll another active personal member and qualify as an A2. Okay, and then this A2 only qualifies for 2 levels of payout, right? Until they're an A3, they cannot receive commissions on their third level. And so these commissions are now converting into dividend opportunities for an upline that is going to be A3 or above. And so when you're looking at the compensation plan brochure, you see that an A3 says that it has 2 dividend opportunities. So here's the example of 2 dividend opportunities. Now, we have dedicated to pay 10 percentages on every order that has been done within our system, right? And so right now we've just paid one of those percentages. So we're still looking to pay the second and third percentage. So what we do is we look in the upline organization for somebody who is an A3 or above and say, okay, let's pay a dividend to that individual. And so here, where we're looking to pay the second percentage, and we see that there finally is an A3 in the upline organization, which is us, we are going to get a 1% dividend payout. Let's continue with the example. So now we have this A2 who has an A3 in their downline on the first level. They're going to get 20% from them. This A2 is going to get 10% from that A3. Again, this A1 only qualifies for the first level, so they don't get anything, and same with this A2. And so now we paid the first percentage and the second percentage. We're looking to pay the third percentage. The A1 doesn't get a third percentage, neither does A2, but an A3 does qualify for the third percentage. So here's us again in the position for the third percentage to be paid out on the order that was done by this individual. We're going to say they did a $200 order, okay? And so we're gonna get 1% of that, or we're going to get $2, okay? So we'll pay 1% on their order down in that downline organization. There's another one of our dividend payouts. Let's add another level. So now we have an A5 down here, all right? And so they're going to get 20, 10, I think you guys are great at this part already. So here we have an A2, so that's that third percentage that we're looking to pay. And then obviously these two are not getting it as well. So even though we're now on level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, level 6, us as an A3 upline looking straight down this one leg are qualifying for yet another dividend payout. So again, hopefully this example is helpful in understanding what is a dividend, how could it pay infinite levels. So obviously if all there was A1s and A2s all the way to the bottom of this organization, it would go all the way down to the bottom. And again, a reminder that this pays out on the first of each month, starts paying monthly at the A3 rank, and then progressively increases up to the A10 rank. So an A4 actually has now 3 opportunities, and an A5, A6, the opportunities for dividends just increase with each rank. All right, so let's now talk about, well, how do we get started, right? The plan looks great, looks simple. I understand it looks like there's elements for me as I want to grow my business. So what should I do first, right? Well, I mentioned that we lead the industry in having some of the most simple entry requirements. It's always free to join, 20% level 1 payout with only a 50 PV requirement and 1 active personal member to qualify. So here's what payouts could look like. Here's how somebody could start earning quickly with Aluva's plan. So with those easy entry requirements, somebody can start accessing our compensation plan. Now I'm going to share with you some average order sizes. So our average order sizes are about $155. And so these personal volume or amounts that I'm accumulating here on the left are going to be based off of average order sizes. Okay. So this individual still could just be doing 50 PV and they could still earn commissions on all this volume that's on level 1. So even with just an A1 rank, say they have 4 individuals that are doing 155 each, they would be earning $124 in commissions each month. Okay. Well, as the organization grows and they rank advance to an A2, obviously they would start to earn commissions on the 2nd level, and then once they rank advance to an A3, they can get commissions on the 3rd level. But what about people that grow fast? Or what if I already have a 3rd level before I hit 10,000 in volume? And this is a new company, so what's the best way for me to get started? So luckily, what we've set up is a way for people to start off with the ability to earn commissions at the A3 rank. Okay, so this A3 over rank lasts for 6 months. And what it's going to do is allow you not to have to worry so much about growing too deep, too fast. While the focus should be on getting your first 4 individuals and then helping those 4 individuals bring in their 4, we want to make sure that if you are growing quickly and there starts to be depth in your organization, that you don't outgrow our plan, right? Like I said, we don't want individuals and organizations to outgrow our pay plan. So if you are able to buy in at the 425 pack at A3 over rank for 6 months, you just need to maintain 155 PV each month, which again is our average order size, and you can keep that A3 over rank for 6 months. So now let's look at the earning potential when you have that over ranking happening. So let's say that you are able to help your 4 get their 4, right? So that would generate $2,500 in principal volume on your level 2, right? And on the 2nd level, an A3 or A2, they qualify for 10%. So that would be an additional $250 every single month in commissions. And then let's say that you're able to duplicate again, and your 4 are able to duplicate 4 of each on their, that would be their 1st level, but your 3rd level, that would be at 10,000 in volume on your 3rd level. That's paying 5%, and that's an additional $500 each month, right? So add that all up together and you have $874 with just 13,000 or a little over 13,000 in group volume. So this is the way to get started with Aluva, focusing on getting your 4 and then helping your 4 get their 4. Really, that's where to start, right? Obviously, the very beginning is just get your first person in, right? And then get your 2nd person in, and then get your 3rd and your 4th person in, and then help those 4 do what you've done, and so on and so forth. I know that there's probably millions and millions and millions of households in the world that could use an additional $874 a month. I know I would love an additional $874 a month. It could make a profound impact. That's an amazing car payment, or that can go a long way to help pay the mortgage, or even saving a portion of that every single month can help somebody to be able to go on that awesome family vacation that they've always dreamed of. And that's possible with Aluva, right? We have a great plan. And when people understand the importance of working on getting that 4x4 structure, right? If it just stopped at the 4x4 structure, we have, $250 from the 2nd level and $124 from the 1st level. That's still great monthly additional income without having to have a massive organization. So really, if you're wondering about how do I get started, go get your 1st person, get your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th person, and then help those people get their 4 people. That's all I have time for today, you guys. Stay tuned for additional compensation plan trainings with a little bit more deep dive, more technical dive, and then also further explanation on strategizing with the 4x4. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great day.